Hi, in this short video we're going to discuss how you turn in your assignments. Okay, if you go to our first module where we had to do it, which was module 2 or chapter 1, there are directions here on how to turn in your assignments, and there's also a summary down at the very bottom on how to use a snipping tool, because that's what you'll be used to make the image of your screen when it tells you to snip. Okay, so it's important that you look here first before you do your assignment, because this tells you where you're supposed to snip. For example, in project 1-1, you snip after step 19, 1-2 after step 16. It's important you remember where you do those, because when you get to those, that is where you need to take your snip. If you go to the next level or the next step and you forgot to snip, you most likely have to start all over because you've gone past where you have gone. So just make sure you're always looking at that. The first thing you need to do is download your assignment sheet. Okay, so if I open up the assignment sheet, sorry, it's always slow when I'm using screencast. Okay, so this is where you'll have it. Okay, now this one's project 2. You'll want to change it to, this is module 2. Notice here it says project 2-1. You'll want to change that to 1-1, 1-2. This is just a sample that you can use. Now, in each of the, now I'll go to the assignment sheet, hands-on projects. Okay, so you'll start, open the web browser, then step 2, then step 3, then step 4, then step 5, 6, 7, 8, scroll down, again, you're going to follow all these. So you'll follow all these. If there's a place in here where it asks a question, going back to your project sheet, you'll answer any questions here. So for project, you just change this to 1-1. If there are any of the steps that ask you how many did you see this or what did you see here, this is where you will type this. Okay, you'll answer the questions there. Then let's assume I'm just going to open this up. Let's just assume this is where I am when I get done with whatever step it sets, 15 or 16. This is where it's always nice to have 2 screens. Okay, so, and project 1-1 said step after step 19. So let's assume this is where we're supposed to be after step 19. It is not, but let's just say this is. So then what you're going to do is you're going to use your snipping tool. Again, I would put it down in your taskbar because you're going to be using it a lot. Click on it. And you will get the snipping tool. You probably won't see this yet. This is something you'll see eventually. The snipping tool is going to be changing. I'm a Microsoft insider, so I get things about 6 months before everybody else does. So you'll see your snipping tool. You'll say new. Now notice when you say new, your screen goes ghosted. Okay, and your cursor turns into a crosshair. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that so let's just assume this right here is what the part that shows me what I need to do. You just click on your mouse, on your left click, hold down, and you make your snip. Okay, so again, you start in the upper left and drag down to the lower right. And then you make sure up here you go and if you have a touch screen, you can write your name. First initial, last name is fine. If you don't have a touch screen, you have to use this little cursor here and write your name like a third grader, maybe a second grader, but either way, it's saving it. And then you're going to want to either file, edit, copy, or Control C it. I always Control C, I'm just used to doing Control C. Minimize it. You don't want to get out of it until you make sure it's worked. We go back to our project sheet. You highlight, paste, snip here, Control V or paste, and it puts your snip in. So that is where you'll put it in. You'll answer your questions here if there's any questions in the steps, and you'll put your snip here. Then it will go on to project 1-2. Answer any questions here, and when you get to the snip here. So you'll go through all that. When you are done with your, I would do it beforehand, but remember it says save it. As chapter module 1 projects folder underscore your name. Okay. And then when you're all done, you will turn it into the chapter 1 projects folder. Okay. So you'll have all those done. So that is the way that you turn in assignments. If you have any questions, make sure you contact me. Other than that, have a great day.